Hi, I'm Paris, and we've tried for years in this house to find a way to make a bar of soap that sits by the sink not turn into a gooey, unpleasant mess that no one wants to even touch when they're going to wash their hands. What we did eventually was we broke down and we got liquid soap in this kind of a pump container. But when you think about it, now this works fine, but all this plastic and this mechanism just to dispense this amount of soap really is kind of wasteful. Now an inventor has decided he could figure out a way to solve the problem with soap turning into goo, and he sees it as part soap stand and part soap handle, which is interesting. I'll explain that in a minute. He calls it the SoapStandle. EpicReviewGuys. The SoapStandle is an interesting approach to fixing the gooey soap problem. You can see it here at the bottom of the bar of soap. This is when it's in its stand configuration. The exact same configuration, though, with your hand under it, is the handle configuration. So you basically pick this soap up with this piece still attached to it and use it to rub on a face cloth onto your body. And there are a lot of benefits to that, including making the soap last a lot longer. Thanks to the folks at SoapStandle for sending me several to try out, and if you're interested in them, they just cost between about $3 to $5, depending on which style of bar of soap you're buying them for, and I'll put a link to their website down below this video. Here's one of the devices right here on this card. You can see how small it is, but supposedly it works with even large bars of soap. Now these, since they're not being sold in large volume now, are being made on a 3D printer, which is a pretty clever way to get started with a product until you're making 100,000 a month and can actually have them produced on a machine. So the little pointy parts you see, and they are pointy, that's what goes into the bar of soap. And then on the bottom are the little stand pieces that hold it up off of the counter or wherever you set it so it doesn't develop the goo. I know this looks like I'm showing you shark jaws, but these are two of the other models. If the focus will stay here, you can see the way that they go. One is for the bar of soap that goes this way, and this is for a bar of soap that's this way. Here's the bar of soap I use in the bath. It's a Dove sensitive skin, and it curves, of course, both ways. This way on the top, this way on the bottom. Guess, yeah, it should work either way. I'm thinking I'd like to have it like this, so that matches this particular standle, and it's got the little teeth. Now, if it doesn't attach well when it's dry, the instructions are to add a little water and it should sink right in. Let's see what I can do here. It's in part way. Feels like it would stay better though with some water. Let me do that. Have a bowl of water. Let me get this wet. And slippery already. One of the advantages of using this is supposed to be the soap won't slip out of your hand, at least not nearly as easily. End up on the floor of the bathtub or the shower. Okay, so it's wet. Got one side to stay in, the other side isn't going as well. Okay, now it is in. With the color, you'd hardly even notice it with the white soap. And how does it sit here? Yeah, can definitely see underneath of it. So it keeps it up off of the counter. That's what gives you part of the benefit. The other benefit, and this had never really occurred to me, is when you're using the handle portion, and this is smooth here, so you can fit a couple fingers across it to get the grip, but there's nothing sharp that's going to poke you. When this is wet, when the soap is wet basically, you use the friction to, say, rub it on the face cloth to lather it up so you can wash with it. And that's what wears away the soap. From what I have read, this portion that has the standle on it doesn't have that friction going on. And even though it gets wet, it will dry again, get wet and dry again. Without having the friction, that means this will not emulsify and turn into that goo. So this part of the soap will basically wear out much faster than this part of the soap, and this is supposed to work until it even gets to be a small little piece of soap. You can still use this. And on testing that the inventor did with a number of bars of soap, he found your bar of soap will last about 20% longer just by adding this. largely in part, well, of course, it doesn't gooify when it's sitting there, but that by not wearing out that one side of it, that actually makes the soap last significantly longer. I've already showered today, so you're being spared watching me try this out in the shower. I'm going to work on it here and see about putting it on a face cloth and see how well it works. Okay. Slippery, yes. That's actually pretty good either way, whether you have it with your fingers lined up on it here or even this way. It feels so much more secure holding on to the soap than when you simply have the bar in your wet hand. Yep, I've already made a good dent in wearing the soap down around that little dove. And of course this one looks the same as when I started and when I put it here. Yeah, I've got nothing dripping off of it. So I don't see that I'm going to have a puddle of soap goo underneath of it, which I thought might happen. And it seems pretty stable that way. If you have one of those little things, like a little shelf, partial shelf in the shower where it goes around, that ought to fit right on there. I was away from here for about a minute, and the soap is mostly dry now, and it doesn't look like it's even getting ready to drip down off of this side. The rest of it has dried. Very nice. Actually, what I like best about this was the fact that the soap wasn't at all slippery. It's great that it's going to not have the goo and it's going to save the wasteful use of plastic and so forth. But what I really liked was I didn't feel at all like I'm going to drop this bar of soap. I'll be trying this out for the next couple weeks or however long the bar of soap lasts this way in my shower, and then I'll take one of the other devices and put a bar of soap on that and replace the liquid soap that's in my daughter's bathroom by their sink. If anyone can make a mess with something, it's them, so I'll see what they think of this. When the bar of soap is gone, I will do a follow-up video and let you know how it's worked out for me. You can keep checking back for that and other videos, or you can click that subscribe button down below. You'll get notified when our videos go up. See you on the next review.